What is good? What is up? It's Jordan, Texans Thoughts, and I'm back with another episode today. We're recapping day 2 of the NFL Draft. If you guys enjoy, please do hit the like button, subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts on the Texans Draft Haul. Alrighty, let's get right into it. So I picked 37. Everyone and their mama was thinking it was gonna be Breece Hall, including me. But the Jets stole him one pick before the Texans. And honestly, I was kind of happy about it because I didn't want to spend a premium pick, a high second round pick on a running back. I think we're not in the position really to just be, a running back away. We need more help on the O-line. And I think it'd be better value to take a running back later in the draft. And it looks like Nick agreed. So the actual pick at 37 was Jalen Pitre, the defensive back out of Baylor. And man, this is my favorite pick. This is my favorite pick so far. He's been my guy since November, y'all. Since November. I just absolutely love his athleticism, his versatility to play nickel and some outside linebacker and safety. He's a violent player who is fast and tough. He's a really great open field tackler, an explosive and productive blitzer. And he's got potential in coverage versus tight ends as well. There's a lot to like with Jalen Pitre, and I compare him a bit to a guy like Budda Baker, a smaller defensive back who punches above his weight class. You can blitz him, you can drop him in zone coverage, and he'll be one of the on-field leaders and communicators to boost the secondary. So man, Pitre and Stingley, they're going to be the faces of the Texans secondary of the future, and I'm here for it, man. This is an A+ all day. Now, before we get into our next pick, I've got to tell you guys about Bet Online. Our partners at Bet Online continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. You can find all of the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that the MLB is back. Who are you picking to win the World Series? BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started, so head to the website today or use your mobile device to join us and use our promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Alrighty, getting back to the Texans picks, Nick Caserio, he was not done in the second round. He traded our third rounder and 2 fourth rounders to get all the way up to 44 and take the fellow Asian Canadian in John Metchie III. The Alabama wide receiver, he's a bit of a forgotten name because he tore his ACL in 2021. So he wasn't able to go through a lot of the offseason programs. But man, the dude was getting late first round hype before his ACL injury, and recovery from ACLs have become easier and easier recently. So I'm not too worried about, a decline in play out of Metchie. And that's especially because Metchie said himself that he should be good to go by July. So that makes him available for training camp, and it's not like he's going to fall behind too much. So looking past the injury, man, Metchie is a talented dude. First and foremost, he's a sudden and shifty athlete who is one of the best route runners in this class. I mean, that man gets open at will. He's best in the slot, which is a need for us, so that's great. But he can also play outside, and that'll come in handy for Pep Hamilton, whether he wants to use 3 wide receiver sets or 2 wide receiver sets. What will also come in handy is Metchie's yak skills. Because he's fast and quick, when you get him the ball in the open field, he's going to make the most of it. Pep loves to use the quick passing game as an extension of the running game, and you need yak guys to make that work and be efficient. Metchie, he's exactly that, man. So I'm very excited to add another weapon for the offense and add someone who can do a little bit of everything for you. Metchie also has a strong reputation as a locker room leader for Alabama and a hard worker. And at just 21 years old, he's on the younger side of things with plenty of upside still left. I'd give this pick an A. It was a decent amount of draft capital to give up, but there's just no way you're getting a wide receiver of his caliber at 80, in my opinion, so I'm all for this selection. Lastly, let's talk about Christian Harris. Now, this was the most underwhelming pick for me, I can't lie. But you're not going to love every pick. That's just how it is. It was underwhelming for me because not only did we have to trade up 5 spots to get him, we gave up a 5th rounder, but I just thought that there were better players on the board. You know, whether it was linebackers like Nakobe Dean, Leo Chenal, or Brandon Smith, or maybe defensive tackles like Travis Jones or Perrion Winfrey, even a running back, you know, like Isaiah Spiller, Damian Pierce, or Brian Robinson. I just had a lot of better players available on my board, but I'm going to be wrong on players. That's how it is. Can't be right on everyone. So hopefully I'm wrong on Harris. I wasn't too high on him. You know, I gave him a 4th round grade, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I'm wrong. Why did I think that? You know, I saw a player who was pretty wildly inconsistent. You watch his game versus Georgia in the SEC championship game, and that dude looks like a Pro Bowler, making plays everywhere. That was his best game of his career, easily. So the upside is there. But then you watch his film versus, say, Florida, for example, and it's ugly. You know, I'll definitely have to do a breakdown of those 2 games, so look out for that. But throughout his film, you see issues with effort, with motor, with securing tackles, and bad reads in the run game. And that's basic stuff for a linebacker. So it's stuff that he needs to clean up, and he's just not as refined of a player as I would like in the 3rd round. But all that being said, you know, the upside, it is undeniable, man. He's another player on the younger side of things at 21 years old. Another guy who played in the SEC and was good as a freshman back in 2019. So just like Stingley and Metchie, though, he's had his injuries. Harris has endured a season-ending knee injury in 2018 and a foot injury in 2021. Now, with that all being said, you know, the picks so far, they've really followed a trend and show Nick Caserio's, you know, drafting blueprint, what he looks for in players and what he's willing to, you know, accept in terms of flaws. So what does he want? He wants young players who have high upside and have played versus top competition. 4 out of our 5 draft picks so far have played in the SEC, with Pitre being the only exception. And he was the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, man. Like, he's got a hell of a resume. Furthermore, Caserio is willing to take these swings on players who have had injuries in the past. For a franchise that has historically played it safe, Caserio is changing that and saying, nah, we going big or we going home, man. So overall, I'd give the Pitre pick an A+, I'd give the Metchie pick an A, and the Harris pick a C. Again, hope I'm wrong on him, man. Let me know what grades you would give each of these selections in the comments below. Alrighty, guys, that's going to do it for the episode. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. This episode was presented by Bet Online. Now enjoy the weekend, y'all. And remember, the film don't lie.